Hello, all of you wonderful people out there. I am Ben the Bold, and you are watching our Icenia Rises campaign. Of course, we are no longer the Icenia tribe. We are the great, the glorious, the very, very long Albion tribe. Or, no, Albion Empire, excuse me. The Albions would be horrified if they knew that I called them a mere tribe. They are an empire. Alright, so, a couple things. We have a army of 10,000 horse archers slowly but surely building a road across our great empire. That's just going to help us speed up transportation as well as, well, I know that there's no game mechanics, but I like to think of it as bringing civilization to the tribesmen. It would be interesting. I do wish that there was maybe like an increase. You got faster civilization in your territories if they had a road. Is that a thing? Oh, it actually is. Road network and territory. Okay, cool. Should have known that. So we're going to go kind of crazy building roads, maybe. Going to go ahead and unpause the game. I'm waiting until I get closer to 100 military experience before I declare my next war. My next war is, I've decided it's time. I'm going to go ahead and declare war on pretty much all of these tribes. And I have the manpower at this point, and I'm going to try to take the Brittany coast. I think it's time we finally touched the Atlantic Ocean on the mainland as well. We are also building a road up here in Great Britain. We've kind of gotten this road building process started a little bit late, but it's better late than never. I love the road mechanic. I think it's incredibly satisfying to slowly watch your soldiers build a road network across your great country. However, I will admit I often forget that it exists, and so I had just completely forgotten to build some roads when I was allowed to. I do have some disloyal provinces, although its loyalty is going up now. I think that is because we now have more loyal Icenians, maybe? Also, the civilization value helps my slaves and citizens be happier at the expense of my tribesmen. When I get to 50 political influence, I've already decided this city, or this territory, this settlement is going to become a city, and I'm going to try to start pushing pops in towards it. Ooh, I should also probably make it the province capital. Or what I want this province. No. This is going to be this new city. Well, actually, maybe I will make the new city here. You produce gemstones, which is nice. I could increase the migration speed to try to make it... You know what? I might just make both of these cities. Let's, you know, we need to do that. Alright, our claim has been fabricated. We can go to war whenever we want to. What would that war look like? If we were to declare war on Villena, oh my goodness, look at all of those tribes that would join in. That would be quite harsh indeed. I'm not actually sure if I could win that. There's so many tribes in that little alliance network. Although, do you know what I could do? I could hold up, let my military experience keep ticking up before that great war, and instead declare war on you. Your overlord would join, which is the Vanillians. They are part of this alliance network, but I don't think declaring war on their tributary would cause all of those networks to, all of that defensive league to come to war with me. So let's actually go ahead and do that. They're going to bring in their overlord. Not too worried about that. And once again, the Albion people are at war. This is a chance for our horse archers to shine. Let us go ahead and move them directly in. I probably should have prepared a little bit better. Let's take the lighter of these two armies and have it go and siege down this fort. Let's see how these horse archers do in combat. They are not supported by any other troops. So let's go ahead and just make the primary cohort horse archers. Again, they're not supported by any other troops. I guess, really, I should make the flanking cohorts horse archers. Of course, for this army, it doesn't matter because they're all just going to be horse archers. As you can see, we're doing a huge amount of damage to them compared to what they are doing to us. And indeed, it does appear like the whole defensive league has been brought in. Let's check out who we are at war with. Alright, so we're actually only at war with these 3 countries. That's actually, I think, best case scenario. We'll go ahead and move these 25,000 men over into a better position. Oh, these are mercenaries. Well, I don't think there's a reason to disband them at the current moment, since we are, after all, at war. Might as well use them to do some fighting. But I did not mean to have those mercenaries there anymore. We are going to win our first battle. We did lose about 1,300 men. Of course, they lost 5,000. We will go ahead and siege down this province. And the war is so far going well. Let's go ahead and have these 15,000 men attack those 16,000. Alright, so it looks like our son wants a job. Cool. He'll be very displeased if we don't give him one. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. Recruit cohorts. I'm just going to recruit a bunch of trash infantry. And I'm going to make him the general in charge of those trash infantry, and I might send him off adventuring. Maybe he'll gain some stats. Alright, we're going to take some slaves. Perfect. Now we'll go ahead and join in this fight as well with our horse archers. They're highly maneuverable. They're very fast. Looks like they're going to hire some mercs. Part of me wishes I had hired them just to keep them from being hired, but alas, that's not what I want to do, because I want to have my military experience keep ticking up. Don't want to hire mercenaries to have it tick down at the current moment, at least. Alright, so I can get some siege engineers. That could be very useful. Heavy infantry cost minus 10% as well. I'll probably take both of those when I have the chance. We are in a position where we should actually look at what our navies are doing. You're just sitting around. Let's have you come. Is there any point in blockading anything? No, none of the people I'm at war with have any coastline. So let's see, these armies are still marching our direction. Let's go ahead and pull this army towards the fight. I guess I should probably pull everyone that direction. Let's move you as well. In the meantime, let us put you on... You're still building roads. Let's have you build a road all the way to... let's say this port. Alright, so the game thinks we will win this fight. Oh, curious, a miraculous recovery. Good for you. Speaking of, we need to make sure you are given control of this army when it is hired. Ooh, looks like they have a tactics advantage in that battle. That's not great. I put Luctarius, he's only a... Yep. Now let's go ahead and hire a bunch more. Unfortunately, that's just going to kind of waste 10% or 10,000 men to give to my son because he's on a little power trip. Those horse archers are incredibly useful because, alright, here's why horse archers are so useful. They have a super high maneuver stat. Can I see that anywhere? Yeah, so maneuver 5, which means they can not only attack the space right ahead of them, but they can attack up to 5 spaces away. So that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they can... This one unit can attack 11 different boxes here. So having them on the flanks is incredibly powerful. We are victorious. They lost twice as many men than we did. We're going to win that fight easily as well. We actually completely stacked wiped them there. They're going to go ahead and hire both of those mercenary stacks. I can't say I'm surprised. All I can say is I will have to end them when I get the chance. Let's go ahead and move these horse archers back a little bit. They're going to just take on these 1,000 men. Very easily going to get that stack wipe. I think I'm actually going to wait for my reinforcements to come in a little bit more. Let's just focus on making sure that these two mercenary stacks don't ever have an opportunity to become unblacked flagged. Tell you what, this would be a nice time for some siege ability. Let's come in here. I don't try to take some slaves away. I don't necessarily want to use my horse archers as a sieging stack, but ooh, looks like we're going to get 1,500 ducats. What's that mean? It means I'm going to get that siege engineers. Let's see. My reinforcements are coming in nicely. These 19,000 men are who I want to do my next siege. I would love to be able to trap those 5,000 men. Of course, the second, let's just have you come down here. Completely siege this territory. You can, I guess, go there. And let's pause the war for a second and see how we're doing elsewhere. You are still slowly building your road. I guess both of you are on defend borders, right? Yep, defend borders, defend borders. I'm okay leaving them at defend borders for now. Although I might actually build some roads with you. You would build them very, very slowly. Let's check it out, the civilization value. It's looking good. We are progressing nicely. I do have enough political influence to build a city. I am going to go ahead and build a city here. It won't be the only building or city I build in this province, but I think it's a good place to start. And I think that's all I'm going to do for now. Let's look at the population map mode. You have a decent population. You produce woad. You know what? I'm going to give you a slave estate. Sure, why not? I should also be building more... Ooh, man, that's ugly. Let's go ahead and get rid of this tribesman building and instead build a slave estate. Probably gonna do the same thing here, the city. You know what? I already regret that. Why don't I just build a city here? I'll leave the tribe estate alone for now. Let's go ahead and build another library there. So this province, I don't think it needs to be on the cultured convert governor policy anymore, or it doesn't need to be on religious conversion. I think instead I'm actually going to go with civilization effort for a little while. Or I could do encourage trade. Or of course social mobility is decent as well. Let's actually just take a look. Yeah, social mobility might be good to get rid of some of those tribesmen. So let's... Or I could push more towards... Yeah, let's do social mobility to get rid of those tribesmen. Alright, there it is. That's going to make my conversion speed, or my pop promotion speed, pretty quick. Alright, and let's once again focus back on the war. These 20,000 men, alright, they're coming to aid us. Hopefully we won't need them, but you never know. I'm actually going to have you just sit there. And we have once again stack wiped another army. Now you can come in and take on these 1,000 men. We should stack wipe them. Also, when this eventually falls, which it should fall relatively soon, we will have completely sieged down the war goal. For freedom! So, the Council of Venta have taken it upon themselves to free a sizable quantity of privately owned slaves. We could intervene if we think it best. Letting slaves get too comfortable could have repercussions. So we could have some slaves in Venta become freemen. Or how would our governor manage without slaves? We could gain a ton of money. I'm just going to go ahead and accept the popularity gain and have them become freemen. That's fine. Freeman helps my manpower anyway. Of course, my manpower is looking pretty strong indeed. Although, check out how much men I'm losing in attrition per month. Wow, it's a ton. We are going to easily handle these 1,000 men and start to siege down this province. Where are these guys going? Why do you have to go? How does that work? Well, in that case, go here. Oh, it's desperation time for them. They're trying to attack us in Dulles. Let's go ahead and move these horse archers in to defend this territory. Let's make sure that the horse archers are actually... They should be on the flanks, right? Let's make sure they have a good tactic. I'm thinking deception. Yeah, and check this out. Our horse archers are on the flank. Even the farthest away, right here, it can attack directly ahead, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So even it is attacking these light cav. So all of my troops are able to engage theirs, whereas they can't do the same. Yeah, they're going to take massive losses, although I'm also taking a lot of losses. They're actually going to bring in some additional cohorts, even things out a little bit. We're both taking pretty heavy casualties, although their army crumbles a lot faster than mine. That heavy cavalry also can really just punch through anything that they are bringing at me. I'm still actually losing more men per month, so we lost relatively equal numbers of men there. Maybe that is a little bit due to the fact that they have a very good martial general, and it seems like they were getting die roll for this. I mean, well, their most recent die rolls were pretty good. And you know, sometimes your die rolls are bad. Sometimes that just happens. It's a game, it's all about random number generators, RNG, so... Let's go ahead and move our horse archers in here. Looks like they're going to, once again, have to fight. We very easily take care of that small force. I don't love you in charge. A 2-star general in charge of one of our biggest armies is not what I want. I'm actually going to put you in charge. And let's have you march forward at least a little bit. Once again, the fact that we have horse archers as well as the... Well, I guess we're not actually using any heavy cavalry in this fight, but look at how many men they are losing. This one is definitely because our general is an 11 pip general, well, not pips, but 11 marshal. Theirs is an 8. Yeah, so this was a slaughter right there. They lost more than twice the number of men we did. Let's go ahead and move our horse archers out. And if I were to guess, I would say that they... Well, I thought that they had disbanded this mercenary army. I guess not. But it is still Black Flag, so not super worried about it. Go ahead and trade some salt to Carthage. That's fine. Carthage is, by the way, looking pretty strong. Let's check them out. Yeah, they've taken all of this North African coastline, as well as a big chunk of Hispania. I will say, I'm so excited about the new update to the game. What is that? The Livy update coming out. at some point in the hopefully not too distant future. I don't think there's a release date yet, but I have been paying close attention to the dev diaries. It sounds like it's going to be a ton of fun, and I'm really excited for that Punic Wars kind of expansion, especially since they've said that it isn't going to cost us anything. I'm all for that free content. It'd be nice to go ahead and take down that city. Come on, fall. Fall on the 42% siege tick. Is it gonna fall? Nope, but we do have defenders deserting. I'm not going to assault the fort, there's no need. We're gonna take it. We are losing a ton of men to attrition, so it might have been useful to wait for that military tradition, living off the land, attrition minus 15%, but it is what it is. My sieges just are not progressing super quickly. More defenders desert. Man, at this point, it's almost worth it. Worth sieging down, worth assaulting. How about you? You still have 800 men there. We'll wait it out. We'll siege these two traditionally. But we are taking a lot of manpower losses because we are having to sit and just wait to siege down these forts. Alright. Lexovirium has fallen. Excellent. Now we can move these two arms. Alexa, stop. It sounds like my Alexa has mistaken something I said for an instruction for it. It does that quite often. Sorry about that. Let's see. We're going to send these two armies to chase down this 15 sack. Let's see how our horse archer road building army is doing. They are almost complete in their road building, in which case then I'm going to have probably them continue to build some roads, maybe up into Germany. Building a heavy road network out in the eastern part of our empire will help us progress civilization-wise a little bit. It also costs a lot of money. And of course, my primary concern is this war, so I might even consider moving those 15 or those 10 horse archers down to help out with this war, because so far the real MVP of this fight have been my 15 horse archer stack. They've been tremendously helpful. Plus, some of these other cohorts have some horse archers, like this army has some horse archers. You don't, unfortunately. You don't either, but you do. So you are going to come up here and deal with those troops trying to siege us down. These are mercenary troops. They, unfortunately, were hired by the wrong side, so they are going to have to pay for it. We're going to move these 41 troops and just come and try to deal with this navy. Ooh, I guess I could send my navy here. It could blockade their one port. I'll do that. We are going to do hefty amounts of damage. Our horse archers are going to do a little bit on the flanks, and those mercenaries are going to fall. I'm taking a ton of attrition. Alright, the siege has been won, and now we are going to continue to advance. Let us take our mercenaries and actually use our mercenaries to deal hefty damage. Meanwhile, these horse archers will come down here. Let's actually move you this way. You can come this way. We're going to fight a battle, it seems. Yeah, they want to fight us. We're going to win that fairly easily. That's a stack wipe. They're going to move 10,000 men in. Nope. Actually going to hold off. Let my people get a little bit closer. I'm going to have all three of these armies move across the border at once. This should work out a little bit better for us. Meanwhile, these horse archers are... Ooh, I don't want the horse archers to siege. Would actually prefer the mercenaries to siege, so let's have them come down here. It's Let's move you down, of course. We are going to have a battle here. Let's move this fleet to blockade their port. We are going to have a battle here. Looks like we're going to win it. Without too much difficulty. Yep, they lost about 1,000 more men than we did. Excellent, excellent. I'm all for them losing troops. Another big benefit of this war is that I'm actually reducing the number of... Oh no, we had a magistrate die. It doesn't look like he was all that important. But I'm also, in taking a bunch of land from them, I'm going to be reducing the overall power of that defensive league of kind of all the barbarian nations in Gaul. So going ahead and sieging them down one at a time is definitely beneficial to my overall war goals. Alright, I guess it can't be helped. Let's have this 25 stack come down here and siege. That's just going to do a... No, I don't want that to happen. Let's have you come there and siege down this province. And you... That's where I wish I had still had some of those sieging armies. You are going to come all the way down here and siege down that province. We are going to take some slaves, push them towards our homeland. Looks like barbarians have risen up. Alright, so this is why we have this fortress here. I don't think they should be able to just ignore our fort. So let's go to the fort map mode. Yeah, so they should have to come and attack this fort before they can... If they play by the rules, they could siege down these two countries, or these two territories. Although, because they're in the fort's zone of control, I don't think they'll actually lose all of their civilization value. And then the barbarians should have to come siege down the fort. So that should give my soldiers plenty of time to come and take them. We'll see if my plan worked, and if I'll have to call an audible. Looks like we're going to stack wipe oops. Didn't see you. Let's move these fast horse archers in real quick to deal with this army. Yep. And now with all these horse archers, they don't stand a chance. I'll tell you what, these horse archers have definitely been very beneficial to our overall war goal. And we are going to lose more men than they did in that fight, but we are going to win it. I guess I can move this 20 stack back somewhere where it's not taking attrition. Ooh, actually, we will have it come down here and take on that army. So I want to use these troops to siege down that territory. It looks like another sack wipe is in our favor instead of these 25,000. Looks like we have granaries raided. I think I'm just going to go. We'll just have to replace the stockpile. The governor becomes a little bit more loyal. We lose a bunch of gold, but I think that that's better than any of the alternatives. And so now I'll take these 25,000 men and just move them there. They shouldn't take as much. I mean, they're still going to take attrition, but... We are slowly but surely cornering them into their one port, which we have blockaded, so they're not going to be able to run away anywhere. I don't know where their navy is. I did see that they had one. I don't think that we fought it. Looks like we're going to fight them over here. I didn't even realize... Oh, is that my disloyal army? Yeah, that's my army of rebellers. He is a pretender. He doesn't like me. But I am happy to say that his troops have been proven valuable time and time again. I don't really see a reason to push my soldiers, push any more soldiers into this fight. I think we should win it hands down. Although they have the tactics advantage. All right. The barbarians, well, that's annoying. So they did not pay attention to the zone of control of the fort. Unless I'm wrong, and maybe, I guess they could maybe, can they travel outside of, can they like go to here and then jump down? I don't know. They don't really play by the rules. The AI sometimes doesn't play by the zone of control rules, I'm pretty sure, but Either way, we didn't lose the civilization value in this province, which means it's going to keep continuing to tick up, which means the barbarians are going to be less and less, well, barbarian-y over time. Let's go ahead and get a relatively decent person. Well, I'm just going to go with you. Mercenary maintenance isn't necessarily my biggest concern at the moment. Alright, you've convinced me. I'm going to move in with these 13,000 troops. Actually, never mind. We just won that, so this siege will continue on. They're going to build more men. I would expect nothing less. We have them beaten. Oh, it looks like they are blockading some of my ports. Looks like we're going to have another stack wipe. Where was that? That was my disloyal general. Hopefully he comes down and takes care of the rest of their army. Alright, so they are... Ooh, they're actually naval invading us. Let's get you guys, this navy, to come and take care of that. Didn't really think we'd have to fight too hard for naval superiority. Didn't realize they even had any ships. Turns out they do. Turns out we will have to sink them. We win again, we win again. We are victorious all across the map. And he is earning quite the reputation for himself. Looks like the last city of the Redonians has fallen. And now we will just push on to the coastline and take the rest of their territory. And indeed, this siege actually fell at a 0% chance, so I guess it wasn't a 0% chance after all. We should deal with these mercenaries on our borders. But in the end, I'm not super worried about anything that they have to throw at us at this point. I don't know where their navy went. Maybe it's out here somewhere. Either way, we're about to fully annex, well, maybe not annex them all because it's going to be a lot of aggressive expansion, but we are about to fully control their country. You can move back to here. That's a stack wipe. Unfortunately, the barbarians, they are proving to be annoying. They are proving to disregard that fort. Maybe I'll just have to build another fort. I can do that. I have the money, I have the technology, I have the power. I will defend our borders. Don't you worry, we did easily defeat them once we got to them. Showing once again that it does not pay to be a barbarian in this day and age. I'm going to actually sit and wait for just a couple more ticks. Alright, and now we have taken a bunch of slaves. We have fully control all of their territory. Well, except for you. Dadgummit. Although we do have 99 war score, so let's go ahead and see what we can grab. I know we're going to want to grab you. I know we're going to want to start making our way towards the Brittany coast. That's going to give us 14 aggressive expansion. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I don't really care. You know what? I might as well full annex. 15 aggressive expansion. Sounds decent to me. And we're going to hit that OK button. We are blessed indeed. Rock of Ages in a ramshackle farm on the outskirts of Condate Redonium. A great depression in the ground mars the serene landscape. In the midst of this crater, a great immovable rock lies dormant. It is unlike anything our advisors have seen, and a scribe mentions a near-forgotten prophecy of a message sent to our people by Tyrannus himself. Within days, multitudes of people have flocked to see this unnatural edifice, many of them in fervent prayer. Truly, it seems that the prophecy was true, and that Albion has been chosen by Tyrannus to fulfill his bidding. We are indeed blessed. To gain some benefits to the end of the game, till the end of the game, let's go ahead and just lose some aggressive expansion. And boom, we have continued to conquer. That was a relatively pain-free war. We needed one of those because some of the wars we've fought lately have been just very dramatic. Not to say that we were ever in danger of losing them, but we have lost, we would lose 100,000 men trying to fight in super low civilization, low supply areas, just losing men left and right to attrition. This was a much more reasonable, much more, dare I say, easier war. So I think that that was a rounding success. Now we will, of course, have to think about what to do with these territories now that we own them. But alas, I think that is best left for another episode. This has been our Albion Rises campaign. We are in really good shape. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you hit that like button, and I will see you on the next one.